Here with Keyshawn Scott and Jay Craig. Big night on the ground for both guys. Keyshawn ends with 13 carries for 100 yards. Jay, 26 carries, 217. Keyshawn, we'll start with you. You guys ran hard all night, fired off the ball really well. I mean, what did you see in their defense coming in that you knew you could take advantage of?
Well, they give us holes in the offensive line. They block. We hit the hole hard. Feel like nobody can stop it.
How much did you feel like last week's game against a really good Auburn team helped prepare y'all for this one?
Well, mentally and physically, it prepared us real good, and we was ready for the challenge. And brought that tempo from last week to this week. We hit them in the mouth.
All right, and I know what the goal is for you guys, but what's the next step? You know, as you get ready for next week, what do you want to see your team improve on?
Get better, blocking, defense, shutouts. Just play Demopolis football, man.
We'll go to Jay. Jay, 26 carries, 217 yards all night long. It looks like, I mean, you were running physical, man.
Yeah, started from last week when we played Auburn. I didn't think I had a good enough game that week, but I had to come out here and prove myself to the coaches and to the team and the fans.
You guys have heard a lot of talk about how you had not won a playoff game since 2012. But you got that off your back now. So what's the focus going to be like for y'all moving forward next week?
Focus is we got to take game day by day. Every week the record going to end up 0-0. So
I'll get you guys to talk about this, because coming into the year there was a lot of talk about how the offensive line was inexperienced, but they look like as a group they've improved dramatically over the course of the year. How easy do they make it on y'all?
Practice, get better every week.
Right now,
get a good scout team, pounding.
Fantastic. Congratulations, men. We'll see y'all next week somewhere in round 2. First off, Coach, you guys, I mean, you came out hot, then a couple penalties extended that drive, and all of a sudden it seemed like some of the momentum went away.
It did. That punt return A.J. made and got called back because of the roughing. Made a lot of mistakes in the first half on that part. I think we had 100 yards in penalties at halftime, but we cleaned that up in the second half. And I told them at half. I mean, I was pleased. I thought our effort was great. I thought our physicalness was there in the first half. And I told them, I said, guys, if we don't have 100 yards in penalties, we're probably up 3 touchdowns. But, it was what it was at that time, and I thought we answered. We felt like coming out after halftime, that first drive was huge for us to get in the end zone and give our defense a little cushion, and they made great adjustments in the second half. I think, defensively, first of all, we had to adjust to some speed that they had because they were fast on those edges. But I think second half we held them to 1 or 2 first downs and shut them out. So we played a great half.
You guys ended up telling them all for the last several weeks, and really all season long, you didn't have anybody in that locker room who'd won a playoff game at Demopolis. You can't say that now.
Can't say that now.
What do you tell them now?
Well, that was big for us, and I want them to enjoy it. We're taking tomorrow off. I told them don't come around me. And, go enjoy themselves, enjoy this win, but come in Monday because it's a clean slate when we get back Monday. So Friday will be gone. Thursday, will be gone. It's a clean slate. Everybody's 0-0, and we start over. And
this isn't the way you would have picked it, the weather being what it is and moving the game and everything, but you get a day of rest now. Does that help you at this point?
I think so. We got kids that need it, and I think day off will not hurt them, and coaches, it'll be good for the coaches to get a good long weekend, so be good for us.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tiger Stadium was the site of Demopolis' first playoff win since 2012. They defeated Charles Henderson 48-13 here on Thursday night. Welcome into the King Chiropractic Postgame Report. It was all Demopolis early in terms of the momentum. They rushed down the field quickly. They covered 94 yards in 6 plays on their first possession, or in 5 plays rather, and ended it with a 59-yard touchdown run from Jay Craig. They looked to be up 14-0 when A.J. Collier returned a punt 95 yards for a touchdown, but a roughing the punter penalty, well, that called it back. 4 plays later, a pass interference penalty on fourth down extended Charles Henderson's drive and led to a Jay Smith 2-yard touchdown run that tied it at 7-all. Demopolis got a Keyshawn Scott 3-yard touchdown run with 11:13 to go in the second quarter, put him up 14-7. Well, then Charles Henderson came back. 31-yard field goal from Baylor Barnes made it 14-10, and a Demopolis turnover deep in their own territory led to another Baylor Barnes field goal from 23 yards out, made it 14-13. From that point on, though, it was all Demopolis. Jay Craig with an 8-yard touchdown run with 2:26 to go in the second quarter. Demopolis led 21-13 at half, and then it was all Tigers in the second half. They held Charles Henderson to 23 yards of offense in the second half. Jamarcus Ezell with a 1-yard touchdown run in the third quarter. Drew Jones with a 3-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter. Add a William Wilkins 27-yard run and an A.J. Jackson 17-yard run. And you got our final score. Demopolis, a lot of penalties early. They were penalized 9 times for 100 yards in the first half. Penalized only once in the second half, though. And on the evening, the Tigers end up running the ball 61 times for 442 yards. That's 475 yards of total offense for Lucas Tigers. Jay Craig led the way, 26 carries, 217 yards. Keyshawn Scott, 13 carries, 100 yards. And the Tigers roll on to round 2. Who they face and where they'll be, we don't really know yet. They'll face the winner of Viger and Clay Central. If Viger wins, we'll be in Pritchard next week. If Clay Central wins, we'll be right here at Tiger Stadium. Either way, we'll be with you in round 2. King Chiropractic Postgame Report next week.